I'm doing pretty good. I have some bad news.
Did you get another fedora? Slav, this is excellent news. Thank you so much.
You're excited?
Very. I'm buying you 3 fedoras now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need 5 fedoras, but that's a good start.
No, this is excellent. Slav, you've been so...
All right, Slav. How big of a sports fan are you?
Not the biggest.
Who's your favorite hockey team?
I guess the Flames.
You guess?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that by force of living in the city?
Well, I have to pick something, right?
Okay. Favorite football team?
The Stamps.
All right. How about the NFL?
Texas. I don't remember the name.
Okay, there are no teams that start with Texas.
Okay,
in
good.
football.
Good to
Perfect. What we're doing here today? What are we doing here today?
You tell me, buddy.
We're doing the Slav. Not a big sports fan. Everybody else on the team is. So we're trying to warm him up to the idea of a sporting event, going to the sports.
Yeah. Going to the sports.
Going to the sports. Thank you for calling me out on that.
No. Good.
Trying to warm me up to it. There's a UFC event this weekend. You gonna go to it?
No.
Perfect. We're gonna do a sports quiz.
Okay.
Right now.
I'll crush it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you someone.
Okay.
And you need to tell me who they are. Now this first one is pretty easy, so we'll see who it is. We're gonna flash it up on the screen, but I'm gonna show it to Slav now.
Sidney Crosby?
That is not
No.
Sidney Crosby. Any other guesses?
I have no idea.
He played for the Calgary Flames.
He looks like Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead.
He very much does, actually. Yeah. Okay. He played for Calgary. He has a mullet.
I have no idea.
He was a big sensation last year.
I have no idea.
Okay. That's yycre.
Okay, that guy. Yes.
Do you know who he is now?
No.
This is where we are, guys. Okay. The next is a logo for a sports team.
Okay. Raptors.
Look at that. One for 2.
1 for 2.
All right. I'm not going to lead anything up on this one. If you don't know who this is, you might be deported.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Well, that's Gretzky.
You just saw a picture of Yager and you didn't know who it was, and then you did the, that's obviously Gretzky. Okay, do you know who she is?
No.
Any
Tennis?
Nope.
Not tennis. I have no idea.
She's also royalty by association.
Oh, Wayne Gretzky's wife?
Daughter.
Boom.
Daughter.
Well done. Close.
Well done. Well done. Logo for a sports team.
Okay. Seahawks.
Nope.
Patriots?
Nope.
I have no idea. Falcons.
Nope. Super Bowl champions
Patriots?
this year. The team that beat the Patriots.
I thought it was Seahawks.
It is not.
Okay. I don't know.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, okay. Eagles, that's the other bird name.
All right. That's literally the only one.
Yeah.
Actually, the Ravens as well.
Oh, the Royals.
In
Soccer?
no,
Baseball?
no,
Basketball?
baseball. Sorry. Yes.
Baseball. Okay, there we go.
And
See?
and what city?
Kentucky.
Well, it has KC in their logo.
What's KC?
Last but not least, probably the most famous Flames player in the history of the
Should be
Flames.
Iginla, right?
Should be, but we're going a little throwback because this guy brought us a cup.
Oh, is he the goalkeeper?
He is not a goaltender.
He's not a goal. He's got a wicked mustache.
Yeah. Which most people would probably identify just off the mustache alone.
Yeah, no idea.
Lanny McDonald.
Okay. Good.
Next time we will do this again, and we'll We'll keep growing your...
I feel like we've set the bar really high though. I don't know if we can top this, like in terms of my knowledge of sports. It's just, I don't know if we can do it. We'll see. Sorry, say that again.
What are we driving in, man?
We are driving in my Hyundai Elantra.
Named?
You know what? I actually haven't given this one a name. My old car, I called her Betsy. I thought that was a pretty good name, but it turns out that everybody names their car Betsy, so maybe not the best choice. This one, she's nameless.
Where did you hear that everybody named their car Betsy?
Funny story, I actually had a friend, and I remember we were sitting down and we were chatting, and I told her, hey, I named my car Betsy. And she's like, I named my car Betsy too. And so from that I concluded that everybody has named their car Betsy. I think that's an accurate statement, isn't it? So this morning I got up at around 6 a.m. and I usually check my phone right away just to see if anything came up. And sure enough, I had 2 missed calls and a text. It was from one of my clients. I just listed his place and he's leaving town. So perfect, right? Because he's out of town, we can book a ton of showings, get a lot of buyers through there. And so I call him up and I ask, you know, what's the issue? Is there something wrong? And he says, hey, I'm at the airport. I don't know if I locked my door. Can you go check for me? And so, of course, I want to make sure that he's taken care of, that he can have an easy flight. He can actually enjoy his vacation as opposed to worrying if his door is locked. So I drove out there and I probably got there at around 7:05. And sure enough, not only was the door not locked, but it was wide open. So, of course, I closed it, locked it, sent him a text, say, hey, no worries, your house is safe. And I hope he enjoyed his flight, because if I was thinking about it, I know I'd be stressed out. So it's little things like that that I find are things that people are usually most grateful for. It's, you know, you'd think that when you sell somebody's house, it's, you know, hey, you sold my house, well done. But a lot of the time what it really comes down to is, remember that thing that you helped me out with that you didn't have to help me out with, but you did anyways? That's what they're grateful for. And I think one of the most rewarding things is when a client gives you a card afterwards and just writes the nicest thing in there. I actually got one of these 2 nights ago. My girlfriend and I were taken out to dinner by one of my clients, the nicest family ever. They took us out for dinner. They wrote me a fantastic card just expressing their gratitude, and they even gave me a gift. It was truly rewarding. It's one of the most rewarding feelings that you can have in this business. And I did, of course, go into the house and make sure that no one was in there because the door was wide open. We're good.
Elevators.
Did you know that elevators are the most awkward places in the world?
No.
I'm feeling awkward right now. I'm pretty good. You got a few minutes?
I'm not dealing with soda right now.
I'm just here with one of my guys from my team, Cody. We are. I got a question for you. So we're looking for businesses and entrepreneurs to video and like put on our vlog. Would you and your people that you're developing the app with be up for that? So finish up a game and then we'll chat soon.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
See ya, buddy. Done. Picture this. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. Your work doesn't start until 7:30. Most people have already been up for an hour, getting ready, jumping on the train, and heading for their commute. You're still in bed because you live at the Guardian, less than 10-minute walk away from your job downtown. And if you happen to wear your clothes when you sleep, you save even more time. So I'm gonna catch up on some sports. Just kidding, it's gonna be news. And then I'm gonna head out for work. So, it was originally a bit surprising that I got into this business because realistically I never really thought about it when I was younger, and somebody told me that I'd be doing real estate right now 10 years ago, I would have been very surprised. But it's one of those things that it took quite a while to actually get to the point where I really knew what I wanted to do. And I went through a career as pretty much a scientist and a consultant in oil and gas, and I never really enjoyed it. Every different job that I had in that field, there was just something missing, you know, like I never really found it and I didn't know what it was. And I always felt like I was running uphill, like I was just trying to be good at something that I didn't like, and as a result I had to try it 3 times harder just to stay on top of things and make sure that I was doing an excellent job. That was a really big challenge for me, and I didn't like that. And then eventually when I switched into real estate, what I found that it's more of a downhill for me because I work a lot more than I used to in any other job, but it doesn't feel that way. 8 hours at one of my old jobs, when I was an environmental scientist or in the consulting business, it felt like a lifetime. Whereas 8 hours in real estate feels like nothing. It feels like it just flies by, and I love it. And that's probably one of the best things about it, is just the fact that I can get up at 7 in the morning, get to work right away, get home at 11 p.m., work throughout the whole day, and just still feel like I have energy and still feel motivated. And actually, I don't feel like I work the whole day. I actually feel like there's more work to be done, and I'm ready to do it. But I gotta sleep once in a while.